A newly disclosed remote code execution vulnerability in React Server components, tracked as CVE 2025-55182 and dubbed React2Shell, allowed attackers to send a crafted HTTP request to vulnerable servers and drop a base 64 encoded shell command. This video is sponsored by Stonefly. More on that at the end of the video. That command loops until it successfully downloads a shell script via curl, wget, or Python 3, then executes it to bootstrap a multi-stage malware deployment. Researchers at Sysdig recovered a new implant called EtherRAT from a compromised Next.js app just 2 days after the vulnerability's public disclosure. EtherRAT downloads a legitimate Node.js runtime from Node.js.org, hides inside a randomized directory under a user's home folder, and executes an obfuscated JavaScript dropper. That dropper decrypts the main payload using a hard-coded AES-256 CBC key, then runs the implant under the newly downloaded Node runtime, avoiding typical binary-based detection. Once active, EtherRAT establishes a blockchain-based command and control C2 channel. It queries 9 public Ethereum RPC endpoints in parallel and uses a majority response consensus mechanism to derive the current C2 URL. That makes it resilient against sinkholing or single node watering attacks. Every 500 mens, the implant polls the C2 server. If the response content is longer than 10 characters, it treats it as JavaScript code and executes it with full Node.js privileges, effectively turning the host into a remote-controlled shell. To maintain persistence across reboots and reinstalls, EtherRAT sets up 5 redundant mechanisms: cron jobs, systemed user services, XDG autostart entries, bashrc, and profile injection. It also supports self-updates. After retrieving new, obfuscated payloads from the C2, it overwrites itself and spawns the updated process, further evading static signatures. The use of React2Shell for initial access, combined with blockchain-based C2, custom Node.js runtime, aggressive persistence, and dynamic payload updates, marks a significant escalation in sophistication versus earlier exploit campaigns. Defenders should urgently patch React Next.js-based applications to safe versions, hunt for unexpected Node.js binaries and suspicious outbound traffic to Ethereum RPC endpoints, and monitor for cron, systemed, bashrc, or XDG entries pointing to hidden JS files. This is clearly not script kiddie activity. This is a stealthy, persistent implant with capabilities that rival APT-class threats. And now a word from our sponsor. Get a 70 terabytes air-gapped and immutable Veeam, Rubrik, Commvault, site recovery, backup, and disaster recovery appliance for $7,995. Contact sales at stonefly.com for details. Subscribe for more cybersecurity news. Thank you for watching.